Hello, Kauai. Here's our COVID-19 briefing from Team Kauai for Wednesday, September 30th. We continue to have 2 active cases on Kauai, which were previously reported. Both cases remain in isolation and have not required hospitalization. An additional 3 contacts of those cases are in quarantine. Our cumulative case count remains at 59. Our police department continues to monitor nearly 1,900 people who are in travel-related quarantine. A majority of those are Kauai residents who have traveled off-island and returned. For additional information, please visit the Kauai Emergency Management Agency website at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. As we've been discussing, the state has launched a pre-test travel program for Trans-Pacific travelers effective October 15th. This program allows arriving Transpac travelers to be exempt from quarantine should they take a COVID test within 3 days of travel to Hawaii. Inter-island travelers will continue to be subject to the mandatory 14-day quarantine. In light of the state's pre-travel testing program, we on Kauai are looking to implement additional rules and regulations given our size and medical capacity. We have requested the governor's authorization via proposed Mayor's Emergency Rule 18 to implement a pilot post-arrival testing program for all incoming arrivals for Kauai. This program would require all travelers, Trans-Pacific and Inter-Island, who wish to avoid a full 14-day quarantine to take a COVID test no sooner than 72 hours after arrival to Kauai. In other words, all incoming arrivals would be required to quarantine for a minimum of 3 days after arrival on island. After 3 days, travelers could take a COVID test, and those with a negative test would be exempt from the remainder of their quarantine period. With the governor's permission, our goal would to have this pilot proposal up and running by October 15th. We are discussing this proposal with the state and the other counties. We will inform you as the discussion progresses and details become available. If you have not yet registered to vote, the Elections Division of the Office of the County Clerk will hold drive-through voter registration services in the back parking area behind the historic County Annex building in Lihue. The registration tent will be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday, October 2nd and Monday, October 5th. Please remain in your vehicle, wear a mask, and bring your own black or blue pen. Election Division staff will approach the vehicle with a voter registration application and clipboard. To register to vote, you must be a U.S. citizen, Hawaii resident, and at least 16 years old. Individuals at least 16 years old can pre-register to vote and will be eligible to vote when they turn 18. Voters can also register to vote or update their voter registration online at elections.hawaii.gov or by submitting a paper voter registration application to the Elections Division. The deadline to register to vote for the 2020 mail-in general election is October 5th, 2020. If you register after that date, you will not receive a ballot by mail and must appear in person at the Voter Service Center to cast a ballot. For additional information, please contact the Office of the County Clerk, Elections Division at 241-4800. The county and the 2 Kauai food banks are conducting the Kupa'a Kauai food distribution every week through the end of the year for food insecure individuals and families. Distributions are at the Kilauea, Kapa'a, and Lihue neighborhood centers on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and at the Koloa, Hanapepe, and Waimea neighborhood centers on Wednesdays and Fridays. Households can pick up food once per week. You must pre-register for the program each week by going to www.kauai.gov/COVID-19 and click on the green button that says Food Distribution. Please register at least 48 hours in advance and check that your email address is correct to ensure you receive registration confirmation. For those unable to register online, distribution staff at the neighborhood centers will be available to help you with the registration process. Additionally, the Hawaii Food Bank has scheduled a series of pop-up food distributions over the next 2 months. The next one is scheduled Thursday, October 1st from 10 a.m. to noon at Common Ground in Kilauea. Future distributions are in Hanapepe, Kekaha, Koloa, Kapa'a, and Anahola. Advanced registrations are required. For more information or to register, please visit hawaiifoodbank.org/Kauai-pop-up. Today, Wednesday, September 30th, is the last day for you to complete the U.S. Census. If you or someone you know has not yet completed your census form, please do this today. Many federal programs, including low-cost school lunches and food stamp assistance, rely on our population being counted. If our population is undercounted, money that should be going to us will go somewhere else. Please visit my2020census.gov and complete your form today. Thank you, Kauai, for being responsible. Your diligence is helping us to keep this virus contained. We thank you for your understanding the role you play in mitigating the spread of COVID-19 on our island. Please continue to stay home as much as possible. Refrain from social gatherings or public outings. If you must interact with people outside of your home, maintain a distance of 6 feet of separation and wear a mask, if at all possible for you to do so. Remember, my mask protects you and your mask protects me. It's a sign of respect and aloha. Do not leave home if you are sick unless you're seeking medical attention, and then only after calling your doctor first. Wash your hands frequently and clean surfaces often. Stay informed and connected during this time of social distancing. We'll continue to post updates on our official County of Kauai Facebook page or on our Kauai Emergency Management Agency page at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. The Centers for Disease Control is also updating its website regularly. For more information, please visit coronavirus.gov. Not everyone has internet access or follows the news, so please help to keep your loved ones informed. Be kind, take care of one another, God bless, and aloha.